Iceland finds that half its citizens with coronavirus have shown no symptoms. The island nation has tested more of its population for COVID-19 than any other country.
Here's a summary of the article.
Iceland's isolated location and sparse population mean that some vital information about the novel coronavirus is coming out of the island nation, especially considering that it's already tested 10% of its population, which is more than any other country, according to USA Today. The scariest finding, at any given time, about half of its citizens who have the coronavirus, and don't know it, are not showing any symptoms. Online statistics site Worldometer crunched the number of coronavirus tests reported by each state, around 2.3 million, by its account, in total, which it equated to about 7,100 tests per 1 million people. So that means the best data on coronavirus is coming from Iceland at the moment, John P. A. Ioannidis of Stanford University told USA Today. Carrie Stephenson, CEO of Decode Genetics, which is helping to carry out Iceland's testing efforts, said that Iceland may be one of the best live coronavirus laboratories we have in the world as it continues to randomly test its people. Among them, that between 0.3% and 0.8% of Iceland's population is infected with the coronavirus, while half of those who tested positive were asymptomatic as the time of their tests. While Iceland has not imposed a national lockdown, and many shops and businesses are still open, it has banned gatherings of more than 20 people.
This post received a score of 66,000, with an upvote ratio of 88%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
At the time of testing the story above originates from an Icelandic study, straight from their representative. Stefánsson said Iceland's randomized tests revealed that between 0.3% to 0.8% of Iceland's population is infected with the respiratory illness, that about 50% of those who test positive for the virus are asymptomatic when they are tested, a lot of them may be still in the incubation period. Q is Iceland's coronavirus testing showing that 50% of cases have no symptoms? Several large media outlets have been stating that one of the findings emerging from Iceland's coronavirus screening of the general population is that around 50% of individuals infected with the virus have no symptoms. 50% of those that test positive in our screenings of the general population are symptom-free at the time. Many of them get symptoms later, Kari said. Although about half of those who have tested positive for coronavirus in Decode screenings did not have symptoms at the time, most of those who have tested positive developed symptoms at some point. Decode has now screened 10,401 individuals in Iceland. Of those, 92 were positive. So about 0.9% of those who we screened in the general population turned out to be positive. And that is probably the upper limit of the distribution of the virus in society in general, Kari explained. This needs to be way higher up in the comments, it is very relevant. Thanks you, Sarur.
Prominent epidemiologists have been screaming about the difference between asymptomatic and presymptomatic a lot lately. I don't envy them.
Scientists have been screaming things people regrettably ignore for quite a while.
Someone could spend 30 years learning something true about X-ray crystallography on carbon nanomaterials, for example, and it might not even be until 10 years after their death where we realize, hey, this research is exactly what we need to build a spaceship that will survive a trip to Mars. Scientists just find the things we don't know and work on knowing them. Even things we think we know don't actually count until thorough research is applied to truly knowing them. Few people realize how much effort goes into actually proving something as true, and how important it is that we get to that level of proof.
I am a scientist and I'm so glad that you pointed out how casually people dismiss the value of science when they don't even consider how much of an immediate impact it has had on the world around them. Thank you.
There is also another part of science being, essentially, infinite number of monkeys in infinite labs researching an infinite number of topics. Sometimes elder professors dismiss the heretic ideas of grad students as well. Sometimes it is internal departmental office politics. Sometimes it is fear of losing one's mantle of previous success and having a tenured professor dismiss new ideas.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.